streetcar named Desire.
I have seen
Hey
that
guys,
movie.
it's Mo from Mo's Game. Welcome back. We're going to take a quick run through of World of War 85 for one turn with Keith and Patrick. They're going to walk you through what goes on in a single round of action in World of War 85. This is for from Blood and Fury. Take it away, guys.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick from the formation to see who's next, and that would be the 16th Air Assault Battalion from its Polish battalion, and they are basically set up over here. Patrick's in control of those. Because we've activated them, the first thing we would do is actually take off any ops complete markers, any out of command markers. We don't have any. We're starting out right now. The next thing we do in this formation impulse is he would deploy his headquarters. If it were off map in a holding box because it hadn't been deployed yet, or it needed to be redeployed because it had been suppressed before, he would actually place it on any unit he has. So you can redeploy your HQ from turn to turn. That's actually a pretty big change. But right now, that's basically it for the logistical thing since we're just starting out here. So the next thing is actions for each individual unit and or stack. So Patrick, let's see what you'd like to do here.
Well, got a pretty good shot at one of your tanks, so I'll take this anti-tank guided missile right here, fire at the guy right there
All
in
right, so
front of me.
so you take the anti-tank gun. This is a British reconnaissance battalion. I believe it's from the Royal Irish Dragoon Lancers. So the armor-piercing value here is his firepower is 3. That's 3 dice he's going to roll. The 6 means that he needs to roll a 6 basically to get a hit. Each of those dice he rolls a 6 on, he gets a hit. The range is 11, but obviously he's shooting pretty much point blank here. The 11 hexes would be out to here. Point blank range is defined for any weapon in the game as half rounded down of your range, which for 11 would be 5. So 1, 2, 3. He's at point blank range. Point blank reduces your 2 hit by 1 so that you are more effective. So instead of rolling 3 dice and each 6 is a hit, 3 dice and each 5 or 6 is a hit for Patrick. And we're going to have him roll 3 dice. As these recon cards run into anti-tank gun. So he causes 2 hits. I have a gold circle with a 6 in it. Gold circle means, with a number, it means I'm going to roll 1 die. The 6 is my save number. I'm not in any kind of terrain that would give me more, so I just need a 6. I do not. So 2 hits was what it was?
Correct.
Okay, the first hit disrupts, and the second hit reduces. So here's the disruption marker, here's the reduction. So my scimitar armored cars are not having a good morning. I'm going to put them to the side so you can see them. Now, that makes your anti-tank gun ops complete, and again, I'm going to put it on the side so you can see the counters. And that's the first action by one of your units. Next, we've walked into a cul-de-sac here with with teeth on the end, just to show you some combat.
Let's see what I got under here.
You have an ASU 85. That's an air-droppable assault gun that comes with Warsaw Pact air assault battalions.
Let's see. So
It is a platoon, by the way.
just see how that works. I will take him and fire directly at him.
Okay, so you're firing at this there. Now his anti-tank range his AP range is 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not less than half of that range, so it's a normal shot. So he has 3 dice to make 6. However, he has an HQ with an HQ bonus of 2. Would you like to add that bonus to the unit's firepower?
Yes.
Okay, so by adding it to the firepower, which is 3 dice, now we have 5 dice. So we're going to have Patrick roll. He's going to roll 3 and then 2 more. We only have 3 dice available right now.
So 2 6s.
Yeah, this is what we got to start with. You got 2 6s. That's 2 hits.
Another 6.
Another 6.
And then lastly, a 4.
All right, so we got 3 hits on this unit here. You can restock your HQ there. I have, again, 1 die to make a 6, and I do not have any terrain that can help me. And I miss. So the first hit disrupts, the second hit reduces, and the third hit kills. So that's first blood. I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to get out a Rex marker, because you have multiple vehicles that are wrecked. That's our Rex marker. That does alter the terrain. It does give a little bit of a defensive bonus. It is obstructing terrain, which means that if the line of sight goes through more than one obstructing terrain, the line of sight is blocked, but it can go through one. You are ops complete. What's next?
Let's see. I take the other one back here.
Oh, you're going to move him up? Okay.
Yes, I'm
1,
gonna
2.
move him up. Basically, just gonna move him to where he's right there.
Okay. So he's ops complete as well. We'll let that marker stand for that as well. Next.
Guess I'll go and I'll take the other anti-tank guided missile and fire it at this disrupted tank.
All right. He fires this anti-tank gun, and the range is, again, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4 is less than the 5, which is half its point blank again. 3 to make 6 becomes 3 to make 5 or 6. So you get your 3 dice out here. And he missed, so I don't even have to roll. All right, he rolled a, well, that was a 1, 2, 3, and a 1 there. Okay. All right, so now he's ops complete. Let's go with next.
Okay, so I'll take both of these infantry,
Mm-hmm.
move them over.
All right, your ops complete. Now I notice he moved as a stack. Stacking limit is 2. You can move as a stack. If somebody has more movement than the other, you just leave the person behind when they use up their movement points and continue moving with the faster unit if that's the case. Also, units that are stacked, you only attack one unit at a time, but if you attack a stack and then you cause enough hits to kill the top unit and you have excess hits, those do get applied to the second unit if it's the same type. In other words, if you have tanks and infantry moving together and the tank is attacked and destroyed by, say, an anti-tank gun, any excess hits do not apply to the infantry because the infantry is a soft target and AP firepower cannot affect a soft target. So, all right, so you're up next. Let's do your next action.
Take these guys and move them to the edge of the forest.
Okay, when you move there, I'm going to take opportunity fire from this scimitar. I have 2 dice to make 5, and I get 1 hit. You are a soft target, so you derive your dice. An S in the gold circle means you're a soft target, and you derive your defensive dice from the terrain you're in. In this case, it's woods. If we look on the terrain effects chart, the defensive bonus for troops in woods is 1 die. So you'll get to roll 1 die. When you're deriving your defensive ability from terrain, your save number is always a 5, so 5 or 6 will save the 1 hit, which he gets, so he's good. Now, I am ops complete because I did an opportunity fire, and he is ops complete. Because you finished your move, right?
Correct.
Okay, now if I had disrupted him, he'd have to stop. But if I had not, if he had any more movement points because I did not affect him, he could continue to move. All right, all set?
Yes.
Okay, so we draw the next card. That's basically the way this game works is you draw a card and you resolve it. If it's a formation, you're going to resolve it by moving your units. So now we have the Recon Company of the 5th Royal Irish Dragoon Guards. That's me. So the first thing I do is refresh by taking off my ops complete marker. Then I can redeploy my HQ if he's already on the map, which he is. Right now, I'm sitting on a Striker, which is an anti-tank guided missile dedicated vehicle platoon. But I want to undisrupt my Scimitar pretty quickly, so I'm actually going to put the HQ there, so the command bonus can be used to help to do that. Now that I'm done redeploying my HQ, I would check for command. On the card is the command radius, that's that black 5 there. That stretches out from the HQ, and all of my units that are of the same color or attached that are within that radius are in command. Anyone outside of that has to roll a morale training check in order to be in command. But in this case, everybody's within 5 hexes, so we're good to go. The next step is then to undisrupt, or attempt to undisrupt. So again, I'm going to try and undisrupt this Scimitar, get rid of that disruption marker. I make a morale training check, which is this big yellow 7 here. I do get to add 2 to that for the command bonus for the HQ, so I need to roll, instead of a 7 or less, a 9 or less on 2 dice. And all morale training checks are 2 dice. And I roll a 4, which is under that, so I am undisrupted. All right, now I do my actions. I am going to fire on this anti-tank gun here. See if I can knock it out. It's up on a hill. It's kind of difficult. So I have to use my because it has a NATO symbol. It is, and I'm sorry, because it has an S with a gold circle here. It's a soft target. I'm going to put this one on top. Let's say both fired. So the Scimitar at reduced strength basically has 1 die to make a 5 or a 6, but because he has the HQ, that command bonus of 2 gives him an additional 2 dice. Now I have 3 dice to make 5. So I'm going to roll all 3, and I miss, which is not a happy thing. And now I am ops complete. All right, we're going to continue to try and get the anti-tank gun. This scimitar has an HE value of 2 dice to make 5 with a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will roll 2 dice. And again, I miss. He is also ops complete. Finally, I'm going to fire this striker. I have a line of sight to, I'm going to flip this back now, the ASU 85 on the hill. The green 4 on this counter, on his firepower, indicates he's an anti-tank unit. That does not affect any point blank or regular or long range. I haven't spoken about long range yet, penalties or bonuses. Say is that after he is done firing, he needs to check to see if he needs to reload. And we'll go over that when that happens. But for the moment, he has a range of 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's less than half of the 14, which would be 7, so it's point blank. So instead of 4 dice, which is the green 4, to make 4, 5, or 6, which is very effective, it's 4 to be even more effective and make a 3, 4, 5, or 6 because it's at point blank range. So that's 4 dice to make 3. I'm going to roll 3, and I got 3 hits, trust me on that, and I missed the 4th. So 3 hits were scored on the ASU 85. The ASU 85 is on the top of the hill, but it is a gold circle with a 5, so he has 1 die to make a 5 or 6. But he is on a hill, and we are firing uphill. That gives him a +1, so that's 2 dice to make a 5 or 6. And he misses, so all 3 hits score on the ASU 85. Again, first hit disrupts, second hit reduces, see the reduced ASU 85, third hit kills. So again, we're going to put this up here. We do have a holding box for casualties, and again, we're going to put a Rex marker here, but we're going to put it underneath the anti-tank guns. Now, one thing you should note is there's only 1 Rex marker allowed in a hex. Now I'm going to roll a morale training check on that striker, and again, it's this big yellow 7 here. And it's, if I roll a 7 or less, then I'm fine. 5. I just want to show you what it looks like, though. If I had rolled, let's say, a 10, and now I'm reloading, I would place a new reloading marker. Missile reloading on the unit. And again, I'm going to spread these out so we can see what's going on here. As long as he has that reloading marker, he may not fire his anti-tank guided missiles. He can't fire his HE, he does have a turret. We will check the next time the recon company of the 5th Royal Irish Dragoon Guards are activated. There is a step just after the HQ is placed when we will check to see if he successfully reloads or if he does not, in which case, I'm sorry, I got that on the wrong unit. Woo! Sorry, successfully reloads, or if he's not, and possibly he is down to a low ammo supply. All right, I've used all my units. That's everything I can do for the recon of the 5th RDG, so we pick the next card. The first of our 2 end turn ops. This is the operations phase that we're in. So this is a card that says end of the turn operations. When the second one is picked, then the operations phase is done, and we just do cleanup with the next phase. The last phase is marker removal phase of the turn. That gives you a variable turn length. It is possible for the card to come out immediately after the second card to come out immediately after the first card. There may be formations that do not go. No formation will not go 2 turns in a row. In other words, if you didn't go this turn, you will go the next turn, and there's a mechanism that we may get to that guarantees that the turn will not end before you activate next turn. But in the meantime, and there's the second one, and that is the end of our operations phase. The next phase in the turn, just to finish it off since it's small, is the marker removal phase, where everybody takes off their ops complete markers. If there were out of command markers, these would also be removed. If there were smoke markers, we would reduce or remove them. If there were electronic warfare markers, we would reduce or remove them. And if there is fire markers, we would look to see if it either goes out, spreads, etc. So in this case, this is the status at the end of the turn itself. If we had victory conditions that were satisfied, now would be the time that we would evaluate it. If the victory conditions have not been satisfied and there are turns remaining in the game, we're done the turn and on to the next one.
All right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in, and this game will be, or this video will be up there for quite a while, so you can be able to check it out anytime you want. We'll be doing more videos throughout the course of the rest of WBC. Thanks a lot for tuning in. See you next time.